Come on, come on.
So welcome back to the No Idea Pod with your boy Alex and your boy Adrian.
It's good, y'all.
Man, we're in the new year, made it to 2025. Hopefully y'all had a good little holiday. It's time to get back on the grind, time to get
Sure.
back on our priorities. Can't forget about what we got to do for the year and
Got a
just
whole
kind
year
of
ahead.
got to check yourself, what went wrong last year, what went right, what can you do better? Um, and what are we gonna do this year so we can kind of level up from last year? So with that being said, I'm gonna let you start off with whatever
Yeah.
topics you got today.
Well, we always start football first, but I just want to give y'all a little preview. Like at the end of this pod, we really want to focus on what lessons we're trying to give y'all to walk away with and really think about. So make sure you tune into the end. I feel like that's when we really get into the meat and potatoes of the message we're trying to get across. But first and foremost, man, football, and I feel like we got to start with college ball, especially. Uh, Man, what tomorrow we got a game, Notre Dame, Penn State, right? Don't they play?
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow. So hopefully this pod gets out, and we put our predictions, see what happens. But Final Four ends up being Notre Dame versus Penn State, and Texas is gonna get Ohio State. And
hmm
we last time on the pod was saying it's Oregon's fucking natty to lose. They get a bye,
And
and man, for what? Should have just stayed home.
man, I'm not
But
gonna lie though, I think they didn't get a fair shake. I don't personally. I will say.
what? How with the seating?
Yeah, they shouldn't have had to play Ohio State. Like,
Ohio
they should
State
have
was
got Notre Dame or Penn State.
yeah, and that's kind of what I'm about to get into is like
Oh, okay.
Notre Dame and Penn State is obviously the lower tier matchup uh, of Texas uh, compared to Texas versus Ohio State, and like it's crazy to think that Ohio State was lower in the seating,
hmm
but I feel like, dude, like they're firing on all cylinders right now. I think this is my prediction. I'm gonna just put it out there. I think Ryan Day gets it done. Uh, cause I'm low key a Texas hater though. It's kind of coming from that, but uh, I do think they got a good program, and I really wanted to point out a few players too. Uh, I I mean, we're really talking about Final Four, but we got to give like Jeanty his flowers. In my notes I said like, man, he really couldn't carry his team, but
hmm
I think we do got to highlight some players. Like looking forward to the draft too. Like Smith on Ohio State, bro. I think that's like that might be wide receiver one. I know people were talking about who T Mac
Yeah.
in
No, I
Arizona.
don't think he could come out this year.
Oh, he can't.
I don't think so. I think he's a sophomore or either a
I
redshirt
think he
freshman.
started off hot, but I think Smith is the number one receiver right now. He's going into the draft. Smith though. Okay.
No, Smith isn't. He's a freshman.
No, dude.
Yeah, no, he's a future
Look
number
out for
one
that
pick,
guy.
though. He's a future
Bro,
number one pick.
imagine Natty his first year.
Man, dude, man, I can't remember the last guy that I seen looking like this. Like, bro, like, I don't even, I think he kind of reminds me of, like, Julio almost, damn near. Like, the way
Bro,
he be
that's the
getting up for the
comparison I was gonna
ball.
say.
Like, yeah, that fool is
Yeah.
a beast, dude. And, I mean, kind of to get off to what you were saying, I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly who I had to Ohio State. I think they're hot at the right time. And it's just one of those years where, whoever's hot at the right time is gonna get it. I'm
Right.
I'm not gonna lie though, I am rooting for Texas, but that's just my Manning bias right there. My boy Arch. And
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't think they got the QB. Quinn Ewers kind of been like eh. So
Right. Not
we'll see.
spectacular compared to other QBs this year. And even then, like, those QBs couldn't get it done. So we'll see how it shakes up. But to be fair, there's no real, like, all the star QBs are not in the final four of national playoffs. So
Penn State's
it's really
QB,
about if you,
everybody is like,
yeah.
okay, he could do something, but I never had faith in that guy.
I mean, I'm happy for Penn State. I think last pod I mentioned, like, I think they're gonna go far just based off the format,
Mm,
and that's kind of how it's playing out. Like,
yeah,
I could see them beating Notre Dame for sure, and it might
yeah,
be
me too.
handily.
Mm.
Um, but all that just to show up, like, you think they could have a chance to win the big game if they get in?
Whoever wins Ohio State and Texas has got it. I think it's going to be like a TCU Michigan type game, honestly. Maybe not that
Yeah,
bad of an ass whooping in the championship, but yeah, whoever wins that Texas Ohio State game, that's it.
it's so crazy that that's how, like, and there's no, like, football math either. Like this team can beat this team, but this team beats that team. It's like how you said, if you're hot right now, like Ohio State's just rolling. Like,
Yeah. And you
if
know
you
what?
think
It
about
kind of
it,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, you know how they say, like, when a quarterback has a great first year, and like nobody's really got film on them, so it's harder
Mhm.
to stop. They might be doing something different this postseason. That's just like you don't even have that much time to prepare, like based off what you had done the whole year.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it really comes down to that in college too. Sometimes.
Uh-huh. I mean, right now, like best players, best team, I would say Ohio State might have the best players out of all like the key star players. Penn
Right.
State, obviously, they're kind of relying on their defense. I mean, they got Drew Aller, but their defense has been kind of solid. They got some
Yeah.
top picks on there. Notre Dame, I don't even think I watched the Notre Dame game besides when they played USC. And just the fact that like USC kept it close against them, I don't know if I have real faith in them.
Yeah.
I know we're talking like almost 2 months ago, but still, like,
That's what I was gonna say.
who
Like
does
lately
Notre
they've
Dame
been rolling,
have?
but yeah,
And for Ohio State and Texas, I mean, Texas got some dudes. They have the wide receiver. I can't think of his name. He's a speedy guy. Let's see.
uh,
Let's see. His name is Isaiah
four
Bond.
letters.
That's his name.
Yeah, Bond.
Isaiah Bond. Um, yeah. I mean, Texas, they have some dudes. Quinn Ewers, I had a lot of high hopes for him. I thought he was going to be one of the next guys, but he's not even like looked better than Cam Ward. And Cam Ward, I mean, he's projected to go number one, but like this is a weak QB class, so
Right.
I don't know. I think Ohio State they have the best guys. They're hot at the right time. It feels like NCAA March Madness, honestly. Like who's gonna
Mm-hmm.
win this key game? Like it feels like it's up for grabs, and I think that's kind of one of the things that like haters were saying about the college football playoff is that it was gonna have that March Madness feel. Anybody could win. I think that's kind of what we've been wanting though all along, but it's like if we're
Yeah.
gonna get freaking Penn State to win a natty, it's like I don't know what's the cost. Did we really want to see Penn State win a natty?
Yeah. I was gonna
I
say
don't
at
know.
what cost? Because I also think like here's a scenario: what if Nick Saban never left and like that's a powerhouse to be dealt with? Like there nobody else would have a chance. Like how it's March
You think
Madness right
Bama
now.
could
I
have
think
continued? You think they could have continued?
yes, they would have
I mean,
continued.
they got the national champion coach, DeBoer. You
Yeah,
don't
the
think he's?
board, but he was coaching in Washington.
Yeah.
That's a whole different conference, and I just think like what like. legendary program. How like Nick Saban had Bama looking, and like that's like
Who's
legacy
gonna be
right there.
next?
I feel like yeah, all legacies have crumbled in sports. Like who's really like except the Chiefs right now, and even then, I feel like they're phonies. Like
Dang.
uh,
Honestly, hey, where this message is going, I really appreciate it. Like legacies have crumbled in sports, bro. We see it every day. Like
yeah,
watch the NBA, watch the NFL, bro. We'll never get a Peyton Manning again. We'll never like have,
and
you know, like I don't know. It's just crazy. Like I remember I was telling you Josh Smith was on the Jeff Teague pod, and he was saying he hopes players keep shooting the amount of threes that they keep shooting because it just makes his percentages look more normal. And it's like, bro, like we're going down
yeah,
a
low
slippery
30s.
slope. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Well, we're gonna get into it because I still got to talk about basketball later. But
yeah, it's
regarding
good.
college ball, anything else you want to add? We put our predictions out. Ohio State, I think, is hot. Texas is the only
Yeah,
other team in the way.
right.
Um, the other side is pretty weak. I feel like.
Man,
Um,
it could be a betting opportunity for y'all out there if you're gonna put some money. If you're feeling like Penn State, hey, or Notre Dame, man, you could probably make some money, but yeah, I
you know
wouldn't
what?
put no money on it. Who do you got going number one? Did you see who the top picks are?
Titans got one, yeah.
Titans got one.
Here's what I
Browns
was
got
gonna say
two.
earlier. This is an official transition of NFL football right now. You mentioned the QB class being so weak. I also feel like there's teams that are so desperate right now that they'll still reach on the top quarterbacks, uh, like top quarterbacks in college right now.
Yeah,
Because even the top, I feel like is not polished. Like
yeah.
they're all raw. Like
Mhm.
all the good quarterbacks are raw because they just got like amazing talent. They got the keys to their program, so like
Yeah.
they're gonna get numbers. But I can definitely see somebody like the Titans taking quarterback at one.
Mhm.
Um, but like I also wonder if the league is smart enough to punt the QB position to like round
Actually,
two
wait.
or like late round. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that
Yeah.
never happens. It feels like
I'm honestly, bro, I feel like maybe we feel like it never happens, but I think it has. Like, I think we're starting to get to a point where that is happening. Like Daniel Jones going, what he went eight, I think. Um, what year was
yeah,
Daniel Jones drafted? Like, shoot, he got a second contract,
20.
so that had to be 2019. I think, yeah, like you said, it's starting to get there. But I remember when Lamar went 32. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's
whatever
that's the
reason
example that
that
popped in my
that
head too.
that could be a reason for something else. Honestly, they wanted him to be a wide receiver, running back, but like I don't know. I think we are starting to see that though. I think it is going to be
But at the
Cam Ward
top,
number
like
one.
there would not be, yeah, one. Damn,
Uh,
can't non
yeah,
Heisman winners.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shador went number two either.
Yeah, I feel like the top three is Cam, Shador, Travis Hunter,
Yeah, me
um,
too.
in whatever order. But I
Hmm.
think those are the first three guys off the board. Obviously,
Yeah.
the only other guys is like Jeanty, and because of his position, like he's gonna fall
Yeah.
to at least
Dude,
mid
I
round. I think.
I I hope he goes to the Cowboys at 12.
I hope not because they're just gonna run him through the fucking ground and fuck up his whole career, dude. I'm telling you,
Hey,
it's
Zeke
gonna be
had
one
some
of those
prime
like,
years. I'll never forget Zeke.
yeah, but Zeke ain't never got a chip, so
The best running
it's
backs
like
don't have
he might
chips. The
be.
best of them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like Jeanty deserves better. Jeanty's gonna be. The Cowboys are what Boise State are in the NFL right now. Like
Yeah.
Cowboys are Boise State. He would just be. It would be the same situation, like him carrying all the time. Like
Man,
God
speaking of
forbid,
that. We was literally just saying at my job. I was like, "Damn, the Colts are damn near the kings of the NFL." It's like, early
Man,
2000
yeah,
success, had the legends, one less ring than they should have, and here we are.
dude. And I was almost a Colts fan. That was like the one team I saw Peyton Manning win that
Yeah,
chip, and I was like, all right, that's the team.
yeah.
But we got family ties.
Is that all you had for college football though?
Yeah, college ball. I'm saying transition to like NFL draft. Like, I think that's gonna be top three. Uh, but after that, I think it's just man, who's really standing out this draft to you?
I will say that DN Abdul Carter from Penn State, I think he might be a guy.
Yeah,
But did Micah Parsons come from Penn State? I think so. I'm pretty sure he did. Micah Parsons, he did come from Penn State. Yeah, he
yeah.
did.
I know it was a big
Hey, and he
school.
went number 12 too. He went number 12 too. Cowboys have number 12. Imagine if they got Abdul Carter with Micah Parsons. I think Abdul Carter is very similar. Like he's kind of like a stand-up DN. So
Just put him on the
he's
other
just trying
end.
to, yeah. I mean, that could be a good pick.
Yeah,
Um,
I
who
think
who
that's the
else?
better pick if they want to. Dude, that sucks though, because Jeanty is a talent.
Yeah, no, I think they are gonna get Jeanty at 12, and I
Yeah,
want to see it. But let's see who else. I don't think I really
who's
have
got
any.
four Raiders?
No. Four is Patriots, so it goes Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad if Patriots could somehow get Travis Hunter, him, Christian Gonzalez.
Ooh, and
But I also want to go
I
ahead.
don't know who they're gonna hire for their head coach either. I think they're saying the top candidate is Vrabel, and if
Hmm.
that's the case, they're definitely drafting defense. And but would Travis
Yeah,
Hunter be defense? Like, I don't think he's
I
gonna
think
play every snap in the NFL. But at his
nah.
skill position, it actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, he might have that in him, but we'll see.
I think he'll be a
I don't think the
rotation
coach would
guy.
allow it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still gonna get some plays on offense. Like they won't be stupid, but yeah, I think he's gonna be more of a corner.
After that, it's kind of a toss up. Like, I think we might see trades happen too. Guys just want to go get somebody they
Bro, the
believe in.
Niners have a higher pick than the Colts this year. See, and that's just a
Yeah.
shame. I don't know if you're ready to get into teams talk about our teams, but that's one thing about the Colts, bro. We are
Well,
freaking
I did want to
terrible.
say one thing before we get into that. Uh, I think we're done talking about draft. We're just kind of like surface level top five, looking at more like second
Depth,
round, third round talent. Like,
yeah. Who you got?
so it's a toss up. I mean, obviously Scatterbo, like, bro,
Coach JB was saying he might go back.
I wouldn't blame him. Like, NIL,
He
can't really
loves
be
his
mad at
coach.
that. That's the that's the case.
I don't know. Maybe it is NIL too, because I mean, obviously you get that check now, but um,
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm thinking Scatterbo. I'm thinking who else? Like, I think there's I don't know. I'm assuming they're entering the draft, but Army's QB and Vandy's QB, like I think those guys can be better than uh was like top five, like whoever's going round one, two QBs. Like
Vandy's
if
QB
they,
Pavia.
I fuck with Pavia.
No,
I'm
that
just
fool's going
saying,
back
like,
to school. He's going back to
oh, he
school.
is.
Yeah, he's the reason that this all started because he got his people like sued the NCAA or I don't know. They've made like a
Oh, I
lawsuit, and
wasn't
that's why
following that.
the JUCO doesn't count against your eligibility anymore. You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the reason. He went to JUCO,
Yeah.
so he got
I
another
remember
year.
JP was talking about that. Damn. Well, shit, man. How come the best guys want to stay in college and play? What the?
We're talking about almost 30-year-olds,
Yeah, that's true. the
especially the Army
the
QB.
the Uncle Ricos of the world.
um,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been looking too much ahead. I think if I really sit down and like, there've been a few players that stuck out, but I
Mm,
gotta really like research more of their tape. Like,
yeah.
I'll see guys flying around on defense, but I
Yeah.
gotta really study them.
Yeah. Um, who? Ted McMillan. How you feel about him?
Uh, like I said, I think he started off hot, but kind of simmered out. But
Hmm.
I don't know if that's just because everybody's doubling him and got some relief on that end. He's definitely
Hmm.
talented, like, but I don't know if he maybe got hyped up way too much in the beginning of the season. Like, that's the thing with
Yeah.
these guys. Like, you do got to be consistent, and it's hard when you're not at a top program, but
Yeah.
you're gonna be getting touches. And
Yeah. I mean, hey, like you said, perception is reality. They're always gonna do that. I think that's what we're starting to see, like the QBs that are not maybe not first round worthy going top five. I mean, it's happened before. That's not. This won't be the first time.
it's hard
But
because I wonder if GMs just feel pressure, like, and it kind of becomes a FOMO thing. Like, well, if I don't
yeah,
draft him, this
I'm.
other team is going to pick him
I
up, and
mean,
he's not going to be there late round anyways. Like,
look at Chris Ballard. He never takes QBs. The year after Andrew Luck retired, he said that he wanted Jalen Hurts, and then they never trade up or anything like that. So they Jalen Hurts, Eagles traded up for him, got him in the second round. We stayed at third in the third round, and we drafted fucking Jacob Eason, if you know who that is. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you could have it. You could have it one way, you could have it the other. It's not always perfect. I mean, you got to like look at the
it is
Niners
a war room
GM. Look
at
at
the end of
John
the
Lynch.
day,
Y'all got Trey
dude.
Lance at 3 and Brock Purdy at last pick.
Yeah, and you know who really built the Niners?
Uh,
Adam Peters.
Adam Peters.
Isn't he
He was the
the
GM before.
Commanders GM now?
Is he? I don't even know. Yeah, he is GM of the Commanders.
Dude, he built the Niners. Like, John Lynch gets the recognition because he was a former player, but I think like that's really the guy in those meetings that's powering this shit. And like, John Lynch is like, "Yep, like I
He
got
was.
my guy. He's handling this shit. Like we got the best shit in the shit." And
Uh huh.
but when it's like John Lynch decision, we
Well, this is
go,
his first year with the Commanders, so I mean, I guess we'll see draft time.
yeah. Well, did he not draft Jaden Daniels?
It says 2024, so I mean, does that include this year? Oh
He
yeah, he
got
left in
hired in the off
2023. He left
season.
the Niners in 2023. Yeah.
But
You got any
then,
more Niners talk?
man, uh, I don't know, man. It's really the same message every week. Like, I'm happy we got a high draft pick. Maybe we pick up that dude from Penn State.
Mm,
If he falls, I see us making a move like that for sure. But
yeah.
what's really gonna fix us is the question. Like,
What
is
position
it
you
gonna
think y'all
take
need?
a whole? Well, I don't know, dude. I think our defense has been like the cornerstone of the franchise, but those
Mhm.
guys are really getting older, and we
Mhm.
got like young guys in secondary positions that are still learning, and
Yeah.
like that combination of things, like we saw, really fucks things up, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like we either gotta like be real and think about the future and act accordingly and get assets and turn those assets into play now guys.
Mhm.
Not that our guys aren't like Fred Warner and Hufunga, but like these dudes are dinged up. Like they've been carrying us for a minute, and
Yeah.
I just think
Some of the
like
reload.
yeah. And we tried to in free agency. We got it was in Malcolm Floyd. He was like a DN on the Bills or something. Um,
Uh, was it Leonard Floyd?
oh,
Y'all got
Leonard
Leonard Floyd?
Floyd. Yeah. Uh, but I really didn't do nothing. I thought it was a big move, and I don't know. It's hard to say because it's also coaching too. Like, can Shanahan really get us over the hump, or is he just gonna keep us like a household name? Like,
Mhm.
and I'm not
Did you
sure,
see
man. I'm
the?
starting to feel like a disconnect from this organization. Like, I really don't
Oh
know what
man.
I felt
Did
like in like
did you?
2017 when we was really like reconstructing everything. Like, I was like, y'all got the plan. Like, I could really follow this, and
Yeah.
it took us far. But now we're kind of like,
Limbo.
we gotta go out that calm down. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta,
It's looking like it's over the peak right now.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm just saying
did
we
you
gotta
see
do
Fred
something better. Like,
Warner's little going away party for Dre Greenlaw?
nah,
Yeah, he had like a party and they were like you were the best neighbor and it was to Dre Greenlaw.
that's fire.
So he might be moving on. And then did you see what
Ooh.
Charvarius Ward said?
Yeah, he said he gets PTSD being in California,
Yeah.
which
Jeez.
I
So,
understand is he lost his daughter. Like that's crazy. I couldn't imagine that. And I read that and I was like, dude, I don't blame you. Like you put
yeah.
some years over here, you put in
He
work.
did he was nice for y'all.
He was locked down,
Mhm.
and like we drafted a few guys that's like meant to learn under him. So hopefully they can carry that on. Lenore, um, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens this draft. I just think we need like heavy movement. Like we're a franchise that does heavy movement. Like we're active,
Mhm.
and I feel like we haven't done that lately. Like even when we are active, like it needs to be meaningful. Like we
I
sign
mean,
guys
I
all the
think
time.
I think you guys were just kind of like in that, win now mode. And when you're in win now mode, you don't really try to tinker too much. You don't want to mess up the chemistry. But,
Yeah,
like, I mean, like you said, I think everybody's starting to get a little bit older. We're probably at those years where it's like, y'all probably should have won by now. Um,
yeah,
that could make them more hungry, though. I don't think you guys are too far. I mean, obviously, you have guys at key positions. You guys really should address, some of the line probably.
yeah.
I think it looks like y'all are gonna need another linebacker, but y'all usually draft linebacker pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Drake
I
Greenlaw was
wouldn't.
like a fifth. He was a late round pick.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really worry too much. I'm more worried to see if they're gonna pay Brock. What you think about
Yeah,
that?
I think they should, and that should be the main focus going forward. Like build around him.
So you think like Dak's contract, like 50?
He's better than Dak. He's at least worth that money. But Dak is overpaid,
See,
so it's hard to
I
say.
don't know. I don't know. I
Dak
still don't
is
know if he's worth
overpaid. I
50.
think he's worth
Oh
30
yeah.
mil.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
30 mil
I
a
mean,
year
shoot.
with like opportunity to make what Dak is making with incentives.
Uh-huh.
How they construct contracts like that. I would agree
Yeah.
with that. But he's at least worth 30 mil. And I don't know if
So
what he's asking for though. He wants Dak's
I'm I
contract.
I think he's gonna probably want Dak's contract, maybe a little bit
Mm,
less. So 30 mil a year. This is who we're looking at: Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr is 37 and a half, 37.5 mil. Baker's 33. And then everyone above that is a lot of names. We got Dak at 60, Joe Burrow at 55, Jordan Love 55, Trevor Lawrence 55, Tua 53, Jared Goff 53, Herbert Lamar both at 52, Hurts 51, Kyler 46, Deshaun 46, Kirk Cousins 45, Mahomes 45, Josh Allen 43, Stafford 40.
yeah.
He's going to want 60. he, I mean, he's at least asking for 55.
Shit, man.
Jordan
Yeah,
Love
I'd
got
at least start
55.
negotiations there. Like you gotta.
Jordan Love got 55.
Yeah, I know,
Tua
and
and
he's
Jared Goff got 53.
well. But then we're real good at moving money around, but I wonder if the money that we moved around is catching up to us now. And like that's why we're like hesitant to pay this guy.
Yeah, I
Uh
mean, I think Debo's gone. I think he's gone completely.
think
Do you?
I mean I would hope so. I don't know though.
Yeah.
It's so
Uh,
hard to say, dude, because I feel like we're also a franchise that's very emotional, and I feel like I've said this already on
uh-huh.
the pod. Like we stick with our guys, and but like same thing with Brock. Like I can see us paying him, but if we're gonna do that, you got to do it right. Like get assets from other people leaving.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, man. Enough Niners talk. Let's talk about the Colts.
Colts, hey, you think the Niners are in shambles? Bro, Colts are in absolute fucking shambles. And the thing is, like, before last game, we were playing Jacksonville. We have a curse in Jacksonville. Every year we lose to Jacksonville. If you heard about
Yeah,
that, but
I
like
have.
every year. And I was like hoping for another year that we lose because, I wasn't trying to really bro, every year we get like 14th pick, 15th pick.
Yeah.
I think that's the sign of a good organization is they lose when they're supposed to lose and then they win when they're supposed to win. Colts
Hmm.
don't do either of those things. Good organizations tank when they're supposed to tank, and like, bro, this is just another Colts year in the Chris Ballard regime. Colts fans are fed up, bro. They absolutely want Chris Ballard gone.
Yeah.
They think it's dumb to give Shane Steichen up to the new GM because GM usually fires the coach after 1 year anyway, so they don't want him to be lame duck. Um, People want Jim Irsay to sell the team or give it up to his daughter. Um, we got Pat McAfee beefing with the stars on the team. Zaire Franklin, I think we talked about him last podcast. He went from,
Yeah.
undrafted hero, or not undrafted, like seventh round pick hero to now fans do not like this dude. Um, yeah,
Damn.
they're in shambles right now. Honestly though, I'm more of a positive outlook on things. I'm
Yeah.
happy with it.
What's the silver lining for you?
Uh, For me, I mean, I don't mind rebuilding, honestly. And Colts have been rebuilding since Andrew Luck left, it feels like. Um,
Hmm.
hey, I think give it one more year. It's better than trying to get a quarterback in this draft. Let's see what
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson can do next year. Let's see what Shane Steichen can do next year. Let's give Chris Ballard one more year. This wasn't really the year to tank anyway. Hey, 2026 Arch Manning might be able to come out. Let's aim for that.
Yeah.
So
Imagine.
hopefully by then they'll be able to figure out how to lose correctly. But yeah, bro, like it takes freaking Jeff Saturday getting hired for us to get the fourth pick. So like we'll see what happens
Yeah.
next year. I think what's gonna happen next year is Anthony Richardson's gonna improve, and we might get a good year next year, and then the Colts are gonna talk themselves into Chris Ballard again, Shane Steichen
Dude,
again, Anthony Richardson again. We're gonna end up with the 14th pick
it's just
next
a
year, or
never-ending cycle of mediocrity.
bro, we're stuck in the mediocre. Yeah, like I don't know what
That's tough
really is
because
next. We have some good key pieces. Like we got a left tackle, Bernard Raymond. He was like a second round pick. He's been balling. We got Quentin Nelson, left guard. He might
yeah,
be a future Hall of Famer already. Jonathan Taylor he's never really had like, a super bad year unless he was hurt. Alec Pierce was our leading receiver this year. That was a wide receiver
are
three
you
last
serious?
year. Yes, he was our leading yards this year.
Did
So
he
I
even hit
mean,
1,000?
I don't think so. Let's see.
That's
Um,
crazy.
let's see.
Yeah,
No,
sorry,
he had
dude.
eight. He had 824 yards.
Dude, that's crazy.
So that just, I mean, that shows you where we're at right
Is
now.
it like that? Kind of sounds like there's nowhere but up. Like AR
Yeah.
has to improve next season.
AR had 1,800 yards this year, 8 touchdowns, 12 picks. On the ground, he had 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, 7 fumbles. Uh, so,
How
I
many
mean,
games did he play this year? I know he missed some.
he played in, shoot, 11 out of
Okay,
17.
yeah, 18. Jeez.
And he
Well, I
got
wish
benched
y'all
for
luck.
2. Yeah, honestly, I think we just ride it
It's
out with
gonna.
Chris Ballard until it's tank time, and then hopefully next year it's tank time. But I like Shane Steichen. I know people like Anthony Richardson. I don't know. I don't think he's really the guy.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna
he's
say too, because what pick was AR in the draft?
4,
Do
number
you
4.
think that's kind of similar to this QB class? Like,
I think the
you,
one lucky thing about AR is I think he has more talents than the guys in this year's draft. Like more potential. I don't
hmm,
think the guys from this draft really have high ceilings.
really? I mean, Cam Wood, I think, is the one guy that I think he might have the
You think he
highest
could be
ceiling.
you think he could be a top 15 quarterback?
I see him like Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson was not massage Watson,
I could see that. I could see that.
right?
I don't but I think his ceiling might be like that Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That,
That's his ceiling.
but that could win playoff games, and
Yeah,
you
I
got a
mean
good
Deshaun
enough
Watson.
defense could win it all. So,
Yeah,
but we'll see. That we're talking number one in that draft, so that's high
yeah.
expectations, anyways.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, see, I think maybe that could be my Colts bias. I still have hot, positive, hope for Anthony Richardson. I think he has potential. I mean, bro,
I
those
agree,
last
but
the four games he showed in his rookie year, like that was it. And then we saw like some small glimmers of that this year, but he just got to put some games together. Like, bro, you can't be sitting out games. You can't be like
he's
he
just gotta
he
have
didn't
a more consistent arm, dude. Like
he didn't
I
play in
think
the
we
last two
calmed
games
down.
either.
Yeah, who was your QB then?
Flacco was starting last 2 weeks.
Really
One guy I
interesting.
do like though, we have this practice squad kid. He's from Kansas. I remember he came in because Jalen Daniels was hurt for Kansas last year, and he balled out. His name's Jason Bean. He did
Bean.
pretty good. Yes, we have him.
Wow. Okay,
He was
okay.
uh he uh he was undrafted. He's been on practice squad. He's bounced around the roster, but bro, I think we should give him a look. They need to give him a look, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Like guys like that, it's politics at the end of the day. I mean, if there's an
Yeah,
injury, of course, but
I know. Sam Ellinger is still ahead of him, so
uh,
yeah, politics, man.
yeah, for real. Well, we'll see how it plays out, bro. I mean, I always root for the Colts from afar. Like that, I feel like they're just like when I was a Niners fan growing up. Like it's the same situation. Like they didn't know how to lose when we were supposed to. Like and like those years, like when Jeff Garcia, and then
Yeah,
like when we
Sean
had
Hill.
yeah, all that shit. Like just mid, like mediocre, 8-8. Like what are we gonna do with that?
Yeah.
But anything
You
else
got
you
any
want
more?
to
I think that's
when
really
it
all I
comes to
got for
NFL
NFL.
playoffs?
Uh, well, what you thinking? You want to do picks or
On
just
each game,
overall general?
I don't
You
know
could do
who
picks.
comes out of it, but I'll do
You don't?
picks.
All right, let's see.
Yeah,
I know the first game is Texans Chargers. So who you got in that one?
Texans, Chargers. I got Chargers
Chargers? Yeah, I
for
got
sure.
Chargers. Um, yeah, I think they're more disciplined. Texans lost a lot of their firepower. I don't know what happened. Uh, their OC was a top head coaching candidate. He's kind of lost all that. Bobby
Hmm.
Slowick, and they don't got no Tank Dell, no Stephon Diggs. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't see it too
they
much.
kind
Like
of
I said,
lost
Chargers are, yeah, their
their
mojo a little
whole
bit.
heart. Yeah,
I think it was just a sophomore slump, though. I think Stroud's still gonna do it. Um, we'll see how next year goes. Tank Dell might not even be back next year.
really?
Yeah, bro. They were saying his injury might be career threatening. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, because
that's
his body
sad.
type. Yeah, we'll see. He
How
had like a
many
Nick
guys are
Chubb.
like that in the league?
He had like a Nick Chubb type injury.
Maybe Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we've seen so many guys like him fizzle out. Your guy Rondale Moore. Those are all your favorite prototypes right there. Is Tank Dell. Tank Dell is the
Yeah,
Jordan of of those guys.
but those guys are never consistent. Like Rondell Moore hasn't done shit lately.
Uh, Robbie Chosen Anderson. I think he was one of those
Ugh,
guys. Dontavian Wicks is a current one of those guys. Um, dang, who was the guy I
I
was
do
just
like
thinking of? Who was
Dontavian Wicks.
who was the Niners kick returner all those years?
Ray Ray.
Not Ray Ray McLeod. Was it Ray Ray McLeod? The one before him, Richie something. Was it
Oh, Richie
Richie?
James.
Richie James. Richie James.
Yeah, yeah, I
Richie
do feel
James.
it. Those type of guys.
That's your prototype guy.
Well, yeah, I'm
You got anything
thinking.
to say about the Chargers Texans?
Yeah, I just think, dude, Harbaugh, dude. I think it's gonna be. It could potentially be. I don't know how the bracket's set up, but I think Ravens are in the same.
It gets
They might have to.
reseeded.
Oh, okay.
The worst team
I
always
think
goes
it
to the
goes.
first seed. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think if they play each
So
other, that's gonna be a crazy game, and I think that's like NFL script.
gotta pull up a playoff bracket. Because I know, well, we obviously know Chiefs are one, and
Right.
who was one on the other side? Lions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Texans, Chargers are 4-5, and Ravens and Steelers are 3-6. Unless Broncos beat the Bills, yeah, that could most likely happen.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at that.
Um,
I think that's
what
something to
about
look out for.
what about
Uh,
Steelers Ravens?
I think Ravens come out of that one.
Yeah, me too. Steelers are sliding, 4 game losing streak. George Pickens. Did you see that stat? It
Crashing
said
out.
he went into the last game with 900 yards and ended the season with 899.
Damn, for real, for real. That's
Yeah, he had -1 yards in the game last week.
that's crazy. But
Broncos
yeah, that's
Bills.
my picks, honestly. Hopefully, this is one of those crazy ass games. Like ends up with 40 burgers on each side, and I think Bills come out of it for sure.
Mm.
But I think Broncos could put up a fight, and Bo Nix is gonna let people know who Bo Nix is. Uh,
Ah,
hopefully, like dog, that would be so sick. I feel like I don't think they're gonna win the game, but if you show
uh,
like some fight, like that guy's gonna start to become a household name. Uh, like we need moments like when we talked about earlier, like legacies crumbling. We also don't have like an
the
Adrian
catch.
Peterson in the league, or
Marshawn
like
Lynch's Beastquake.
yeah, there's no like. I think the most recent had to have been like maybe George Kittle's running the
Which one?
playoffs against the Saints.
I don't even
You remember
remember.
that? He had a
Uh,
catch on like fourth down, and
oh, okay, okay,
he
okay.
was just stiff arming, trucking dudes.
Yeah, nowadays
But
it'd be like the Rams and Saints when there was that PI call or no PI call, and then bruh just
yeah,
smacked them. It'd be like blunders nowadays.
yeah, like anticlimactic. I think that was the case. Do you remember? I think it was last season, week one. It was Lions Chiefs,
Uh-huh.
and I think the game ended on some weird whatever like
Uh,
that. Like it was a great game, but it was
uh-huh.
like kind of forgetful how it ended. I
I
think,
think so. Yeah, I think so. I
and then
don't
it
really
just felt
remember.
like this season's like that set the tone for like these past two seasons. Like that's
Uh-huh.
how it's been feeling. Um,
Yeah.
other than like the Texans catching fire last season, I think that might have been like the hottest storyline. Other than Chiefs all the fucking time, but
Yeah, I really wanted the Bengals to get in. I think the
yeah,
Chiefs lost
same.
on purpose. Um, who the Bengals? I wonder who they would have played. Would they have been the 7th seed and played the Bills? That would have been crazy for a week
Yeah,
one matchup.
imagine
A week
Allen,
first weekend
Burrow.
matchup.
See,
Yeah.
those are
I
the
got
guys right now that's keeping the league alive.
oh yeah. Yeah. Burrow, Allen, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes didn't really do too hot this year. Um, yeah, they're the top three. Herbert's in the wings waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? That's
Quarterback
shoot. That's probably
hurts.
anybody. Anybody. I mean Jefferson, I guess. Jamar Chase too.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs. Is he getting there?
Yeah. He is. Sonic. What else? What other people? I mean, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I wouldn't say he's one of the forefront of the league though. He's just a
If he
he's just a
real,
Hall of
he
Famer.
is. That's what I'm
He's just
saying.
a
He's
Hall
like
of
the Larry
Famer.
Fitzgerald right now. He's like Larry Fitzgerald
Yeah,
right now.
but Larry carried his team to the Super Bowl that year. I don't think Mike Evans got that in
Yeah.
him.
Well, we went over AFC fully, yeah.
No, no. So, oh wait, yeah, 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 that is. So then
Okay.
on the flip side, we got. Oh wait, I didn't even say my pick. So I got Bills. I'm a Bo Nix hater though. I think it's gonna be like a 24-7 game, 32 to 14 maybe.
Mhm.
Um, I really hope so. I think Bo Nix is gonna show his true colors. He got weaknesses. He got limitations. I'll say he's kind of like mobile Andy Dalton to me. Like,
Bo Nix?
yeah, like I don't even think Andy Dalton. I don't even think that's his peak. Like, I don't even think he could reach that.
Really?
Like, I'm thinking like maybe even Ryan Tannehill is Bo Nix.
I could see that.
Um,
Like when Brian Tannehill was rolling though.
no, not even rolling. On the Dolphins,
Not Dolphins
Ryan
Tannehill.
Tannehill. Like towards the beginning of Ryan Tannehill, not like towards the end before the Titans or the
Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I was reading about, they were saying how weak the Bills' interior D line is, and how that might be key this week against the Broncos. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Nate Tice said that of Yahoo Sports. He was on a podcast that I watched. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Bills. I think Josh Allen's gonna put the team on the back. That's what he always
Yeah.
does. That's what he's gonna continue to do. Um, they're not stupid over there. Uh, and Broncos. I mean, they got a good coach. They're well coached. But I mean, who do they have on offense? Like your guy
What's
Marvin
his name?
Mims.
Zele.
Your
Yeah.
guy Marvin Mims was one of their main guys. Now
Joe! We're about to talk about fantasy after this. But yes,
Marvin
Mims,
Mims, one of their main
Zele,
guys.
uh,
Javonte Williams has been trash.
Javante. Yeah, man.
Uh, shoot, I don't even. Is their running backs have they even been good? How has
Estimate?
McLaughlin did? How has
Uh,
Estime done?
I
Like,
don't know his stats, but anytime I've tuned in, like, he was getting touches. But that was like
I'll, I'll tell
a
you his
couple weeks
stats.
ago.
He finished the year with 310 yards. Last few weeks of the season, oops, he had 34 yards, 24 yards. Oh wait, yeah, 48 yards. He scored twice out of the last three games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had 9 carries for
Yeah.
48 yards, 9 carries for 24, and 12 for 34. So I mean, he's been alright.
Nothing that's gonna really get in the way of the Bills. I'm just hoping that they put up a fight. Like, but Bills do got defense as well. So
I think it's gonna be a letdown. That's what I think.
yeah.
That's what NFL always is. We talk ourselves into it. All right,
If
let's go to
only they
Packers
Bengals,
Eagles.
man. Who you got?
Packers Eagles. Whew. I think I got Eagles. I don't know. I think Packers might cover the spread, but I think it's gonna be a field goal game. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, unless Jalen Hurts isn't back, which I mean, they were saying he wasn't practicing, so we'll
Mm,
see how that goes. If
yeah.
he's not playing, then yeah, I got Packers, but if he is, I think
I'm
it's gonna
kind of
be
leaning
Eagles.
Packers, anyways.
Yeah, you got Packers.
Yeah, I think they'll at least get out of the first round.
Christian Watson just got hurt. You
Yeah,
don't
but
think that matters?
Christian Watson always get. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they rely on
Their
him.
wide receiver room is deep because of that reason.
Yeah, and Josh
So,
Jacobs been fucking tearing it up, bro.
dude, Josh Jacobs, he wants to win.
Yeah,
He damn near might make a statement game. So
calling it
we'll
now.
see.
Josh Jacobs statement game. Possible prize picks person to look at. Prize picks, fuck with
Don't
us.
touch it. Don't touch it. No, I'm not gonna make y'all lose money. And then watch it happen though. It's
Man.
your discretion. Hey man, we gave you some tools. If you want to put it together, go ahead. But I think Packers get out of there. I don't
Packers.
know. Eagles just. I don't see Eagles as a clutch team. I see Packers as a clutch team though.
And then so how about Bucks and Commanders?
I think Bucks, but
Bucks.
yeah. I mean, Jaden Daniels first round exit. They do have a nice program, but I think the
Mhm.
Bucks are kind of low key stacked. And
I think this could be a close game. Honestly, I think this it might be Commanders. That might be my upset. Commanders. I
me
haven't really
too.
given this game too much thought, but I know Buccaneers, bro. They've been ravaged by injuries, and I
Yeah.
mean, shoot, last week they struggled against the Saints. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's been balling. Their running backs have been all putting in work. Rashad White,
Yeah.
he didn't really do as good as people expected, but I mean, he hasn't been playing horrible. Bucky Irving, obviously, he's been hot.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, he got to that 1,000-yard season 11 times
And
in a
even
row.
they have a receiver McMillan. I think.
Yeah, he caught two
He's been
touchdowns last week.
Yeah, he's low key nice. I even caught like I was watching him in the beginning of the season too.
Hmm.
He might be a fantasy player as well, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I'm rocking with the Bucks. I just think they got more experience in like playoffs that matters. But Commanders do
that's
got a
true.
good coach,
They
so
got experience too, though. They got Bobby Wagner. They got Zach
yeah.
Ertz.
And Bobby
Um,
Wagner's this probably his last season, so he's going
yeah,
crazy,
he
flying on
exactly.
defense.
It's like one of those Madden challenges, like go win the Super Bowl for Bobby Wagner. Like,
Yeah. I would
let's
like.
see.
I wouldn't be surprised though. I think that's a great matchup. I think
Yeah.
NFC really got some stupid matchups. Because this next one, Vikings Rams, I think that's a good game too. Rams are
Man, I'm
just so
excited.
entertaining to watch.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Um, who do you got?
I'm rocking with the Rams, the NFC West.
Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them some love. I think they got it. They're just
Uh,
dynamic. Like I think Sean
yeah,
McVay is really cooking too.
yeah, he is. I mean, bro, to get him into the playoffs with all the injuries that they have had,
Yeah, he
like,
pulled
hopefully
off
they got their
like
rest.
yeah. They've been itching to play in games like this, so but I got Rams winning that. I don't know who they end up playing.
So I
Maybe
was just
Chiefs.
looking at that. If so based on your picks, you would have Chiefs versus Chargers, and then you would have Bills versus Ravens
I said
on
Rams
AFC.
versus Chiefs.
And then
Yeah.
on NFC, you would have Lions versus Packers. Dude, that would suck if Lions got the bye and got to play Packers.
Yeah.
And then you got Bucs versus Rams.
Hmm. I think Rams come out of that.
Yeah, Bucs and Rams, and then Lions Packers.
That's like I think that's adding to the like NFL lore, like that
Yeah, that's a
division.
legacy game. Legacy game
Yeah,
right there.
for real. Who you got if that were to play out that in that fashion?
If it was Lions Packers, that's a good game. Shoot,
That's a division game.
I know they play each other a lot. Man, really, it's gonna be based on who's hotter, honestly. And if Packers are
Yeah.
hot, Jordan Love though, he throws. Man, he might throw some
He'll
picks,
yeah, he'll throw a pig.
but so might Jared Goff too. That's true. But it's gonna be in Detroit,
Whew,
so
man. That might be
I
the
have
game
Vik.
we'll remember.
I didn't even say my Rams Vikings pick. I have Vikings over Rams. Three.
Oh, you did?
Well, yeah, I got Vikings over Rams. I think Rams are too banged up. Sean McVay, he's cooking though. Matt Stafford,
Yeah.
he's been kind of putting in work this year.
Mm-hmm.
But and they're gonna rely on Puka and Kyron a lot. Cooper has been
Right.
cheeks the last few weeks. Um, their defense has been pretty solid though. But I think Vikings. I think what's his name? Kevin O'Connell. Didn't he come from Sean McVay's staff?
I think
Uh,
he did.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I think he's gonna have a revenge game.
Okay,
Um, j-
okay. I think he's got more weapons.
yeah. So based on mine, I would have Chiefs versus Chargers and Bills Ravens, same as you. And then
Mm-hmm.
I would have Lions Commanders and Eagles Vikings.
Man,
Lions Commanders Eagles Vikings.
Lions, Commanders.
What if it's
I
Lions
don't think
Vikings and
Commanders
the
beat. You
yeah,
think the
nah.
Commanders beat the Lions? No.
Nah. Jaden Daniels, that's where we're gonna see. He's a rookie.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think Buccaneers are weak enough for him to be like, okay, this game isn't like too crazy. We're just in Tampa Bay. Like
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see that. Shit,
so
man.
then
And
who
then
who do you got in your championships then? So you would have Chiefs, like I said, Chiefs, Chargers, Bills, Ravens, and then you had Rams beating the Bucs, so Rams versus whoever wins out of Lions and Packers.
I think it's gonna end up being Chiefs, Bills, and I want to say Lions, Packers. Or no, that wouldn't be. It would be Lions
Yeah, no.
or
Yeah,
whoever comes
Lions
out of that
Packers
game. It'd be.
is gonna beat the
I
Rams.
kind of want to say Packers, Rams.
Packers Rams again? Didn't we have that this recently?
Really?
I think we had that the year the Rams won the Super Bowl though. I might be tripping.
Hmm, I don't remember. That's gotta suck because we whoop the Packers every year just for them to lose to the Rams. But that doesn't even sound exciting though. I guess maybe
Those two teams?
Eagles. Eagles. I think Eagles Lions might be the best NFC championship scenario.
Well, you need the Packers to lose week one then this weekend to the Eagles.
Yeah, no. So we'll see. It's hard to say. I low key didn't even want to like go past the like the second round because I really don't
Uh-huh.
know. Like I'm not gonna give you my championship picks till next week probably. So
No, no Super Bowl picks?
nah, I gotta see who got it in playoffs.
All right, all right. For me, I think Ravens got the Bills this year. So I think
Ooh,
it's gonna
think
be a
so?
Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a Chiefs Ravens championship. Another one.
And
Um,
Lamar
this
actually
is your
throws the
year,
ball.
Lamar. This is your year to show us. You got Derrick Henry now. You don't really have to throw too much. I think,
Just don't throw the game away.
but what if Chiefs lost to the Chargers though? Can the Chiefs beat the
I
Chargers?
was gonna say earlier too, like it sucks that both Harbaugh brothers are gonna lose. In my head, like the game before the chip.
Uh-huh.
Um, but if one of them were to make it, I think it would be the Chargers.
Chargers? Yeah. I,
Yeah,
wait, to the Super Bowl or to the championship?
to the championship.
I think it'll be the Chargers. There, you got no faith in the Ravens.
I got a lot of faith in the Bills. You see my fantasy teams. I have a lot of stock in the Bills.
Yeah, they're offense heavy. I feel like. I mean, they got
Yeah.
their linebackers back. So like Matt Milano, he was out for a lot of the season.
Hmm.
Um, he's back healthy. Who else? Who else is even on their defense? Taylor Rapp, he's still at safety. They got Von Miller, or what's left of Von Miller.
What's left
Uh,
of them?
I mean, yeah, I don't really. They still got Ed Oliver. How's Ed Oliver been? I haven't heard his name in a long time.
They just play
They,
together as a unit very decently.
yeah, I mean they got chemistry. That's true. They've been playing
Yeah,
together for a long time. Ed Oliver, he had 3 sacks this year and 14 tackles and 3 forced fumbles.
not bad.
Wait, no, he had 14 solo tackles. He had 29 tackles. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think my championship
Do you
picks
think it's
Chiefs.
possible that it could be a hardball championship?
So,
Assuming they come out
um,
of the first round. But
hey, honestly, yes, I do. I definitely do see that
this is
because
the
I don't
year to
have
do like the
I
Chiefs
don't have
are
faith in
such.
the Chiefs. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And Harbaugh is the coach to expose them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, is Justin Herbert gonna finally get over the hump too? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's been
which
the
we
thing
hope,
about him.
dude. We were so high on him coming out the draft. Like,
I
are
still
you
have
still
hopes
a
for him.
Herbert guy? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still a Herbert guy. I
I
mean,
haven't
I don't
drafted
think
him in a minute, but I used to think he was such a sure thing.
I think less is more for him. I think that's what Harbaugh's doing for him. I
Yeah,
mean, he's built like Andrew Luck, but I don't think he is Andrew Luck. He's more like a calmed down version of Andrew Luck.
hmm
I don't think he's gonna be like, carrying a team, but I definitely think he could be a star player on the team.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think
Herbert, man,
the
I believe in him.
the key for Chargers outlook, they probably need a real running back. Uh, I don't know how their O line is. Like, I don't know if they need some younger guys. I'm not exactly sure. I know their O line
Yeah,
was solid this year, but every year people get older,
and they
so
can always build. And like
yeah,
Harbaugh's the type of coach to double down on that offensive line too.
yeah. You got any more NFL talk?
Honestly, nah, man. I mean,
Okay.
I just gotta mention that your boy is Dynasty champ.
Yes, congrats to my guy for
Yes, sir.
winning the first NFL dynasty, 32 team NFL dynasty, y'all.
32
Hear me
teams,
out.
guys.
32 teams. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I should have been there, bro. I should have been there, but we're not gonna get
You
into
should have.
that.
Was it your first
Hey,
seed?
fantasy. I was number 1 seed. I lost by 4 because I didn't put in freaking what's the rookie what is his
Pearsall?
name? Tez Walker from the Ravens.
Oh,
Tez Walker outplayed freaking I think it was either Samaje Perine or no Zay Jones from the Cardinals. Started Zay
man.
Jones. He had 0 uh and Tez Walker, my depth guy all year. He was a rookie I drafted in the 3rd round. No, traded up in the second
Mm,
round to draft him. He could have won me my game. Lost by 3 to go to the Super Bowl. And
man.
then put a 150 in the Super Bowl though, because Jonathan Taylor went stupid. But
Yeah.
hey, my guy is the 32 team NFL Dynasty champion. So give
Yes,
him some
sir.
props. That's not easy.
Lombardi.
uh,
I am Lombardi, y'all. Yeah.
Adrian Lombardi. He got
I'm
the.
excited for. Ooh, that might be the team name next season. But I mean, I'm already excited for next season, dude. I'm ready to get into looking
you
at
got some.
drafts, seeing if I
You
could
got some fantasy
get back
outlook.
in.
I don't have much for fantasy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean,
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
on my
saying, like,
I'm on my
we got to put in
vacation
the
of
hard work.
fantasy right now.
Yeah,
They sent me to
no, we could
Cabo
chill off of it.
in fantasy.
But best believe April rolls around,
Oh yeah,
we're really locked in on this upcoming draft.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's all I got.
damn, well, you
So
got basketball.
my next one, I'll just say my next one's gonna be NBA. I mean, Jimmy Butler saga that's going on right now. Um,
hmm
Pat Riley. It started with Pat Riley coming out saying Jimmy Butler is not gonna be traded. Then Jimmy came out and said he's not happy in Miami. He doesn't think he can be happy playing there in Miami. And I think right now we're kind of seeing two worlds collide. We're seeing, the player empowerment era collide with Pat Riley, who is somebody that's, from the freaking Showtime Lakers era. So
Hmm.
we'll see. One thing to note is Pat Riley, he is used to being in these situations where his vibe gets kind of old. Like with the Showtime Lakers as their coach, that was one of the reasons he got fired. He
Hmm.
kind of just outwore his welcome, and I think the guys were just ready for like a new coach. They're ready to move on, Magic and Kareem. Um, so I mean, he's done this before. He's stubborn in his ways. So
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen?
I think Jimmy gets out of there. He's got to get out of there. He's gonna make it uncomfortable if he isn't out of there. So
He's done that before.
yeah, and Pat knows that, and I think like he's gonna want to get assets out of him, but he might
Uh-huh.
not do him a favor in where he
Yeah,
lands.
I know. I was
So
saying he's gonna send him to Portland.
can you imagine?
That
But I, I'll, I'm really trying to think where he would go.
was gonna be my next
And
thing. Dude, he
who
makes
you got?
48 million a year.
Yeah, and he's what? How old?
32 or 34. Let me see. Either one is still old as shit.
Yeah,
He's 35. He's 35.
dude. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be somebody who's trying to win now, like right the fuck now.
Hmm.
And I don't even know if Pat Riley's like gonna do him that favor. Like, it definitely isn't
Yeah,
gonna be an Eastern Conference team. I'll tell you that.
that's the hard part, and I think it has everything to do with the new cap rules for NBA. Um, you can't, if you're over the cap, you can't even make trades for players that are like over. Because you used to be able, like, as long as you're within 10%, you can make trades. You can't
Uh-huh.
do that at all anymore. You can't even use your mid-level exception anymore. Um,
Who's is
so,
Miami over?
no, but like teams that, might have contracts to match up, like,
Yeah,
bro, honestly, I thought like he could be a perfect guy for the Kings, honestly, but there's no way.
there's
I
no
already
way.
I took a peek at the trade
Look
machine.
into it
There's absolutely no way. Yeah, there's no way. You guys would have to trade like Fox or maybe like Keegan and Sabonis.
for a 35 year old.
Yeah, that's not happening. But I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, bro, I think he would be good for the Kings. I think the Kings could be a team that like he like shows them like, hey, this is what veteran championship guys look like.
yeah.
But I asked some people about that
Speaking of
too,
which,
and I asked some Kings fans about that at my job, and their consensus is no. They think Jimmy Butler is more of what DeMar DeRozan is. He's a
yeah,
mid-range guy. He's going to slow down the pace. We want to get out and run, and he's going to be just another ball hog on a, you know, team that's already like you guys have ball
I
dominant players.
I know. Yeah, I think if Demar wasn't there, he'd be a perfect fit. But with Demar and Fox there, I don't think there's room for Jimmy Butler
Yeah.
unless it's the Jimmy Butler show. So, but then in other situations, like you think he can be just like a second, third option and like be successful, win a chip somewhere. Like, what team is that?
I see
Or
someone
who's
saying the
even willing?
Timberwolves.
Yeah.
What if he went
Then
back to the
again,
Timberwolves? What if he stayed in what if he stayed in Florida, went to Orlando? Nah, they wouldn't do that.
nah, it's so hard to find
That's
like
why
there's probably
personally
like two or three that's actual like could get a deal done, and even then it's
hmm
like, do they want to?
exactly. They were saying Lakers.
I could see that. That might be the only team to take him on.
What about Clippers? Do they want to go through this again though? Getting star players.
It's really hard to say. Is he like he's trying to be out by the deadline?
I don't know. Personally, I don't think he's gonna get out of Miami this season. I think he's stuck there for
I
this
don't think
year.
I
I
don't
think they're
see
just
it
gonna
either.
send him home. He already got suspended 7 games, so uh, we'll see what happens next. I think they're just gonna send him home. If he really want to get traded, I think he should go to Memphis. I think that would be perfect for him. Like I said,
That
Kings
would be
too, but
crazy.
Kings is not looking likely. Um, and then so yeah, I think player empowerment. You ran into your match right now. Pat Riley is the match, and
Hmm.
we'll see next year. I think maybe next year, yeah, next year he could probably get traded.
Yeah, for sure.
And then next up I have is you think the Kings are gonna go after Cam Johnson? You think they're gonna get Cam Johnson?
They've been trying. I feel like we've been trying, or at least been on the phone for like a few months. Like, we've been in like headlines. It's hard to say because Kings are such a small market. It's like these headlines are they really accurate? Like, do we even have a fighting chance in these trade talks?
Hmm.
And I think like we're a team that's gonna have to overpay if we want to do that. So I think it might just
I
fizzle
mean,
out.
they saying they just want 2 first-round picks.
Just
I mean, yeah, and some. I mean, players to match. I think salaries,
yeah,
obviously.
I just feel like it's not worth it.
Well, Kings fans over here, they want Cam Johnson. I'll tell you that. They think he is the perfect guy to play next to Keegan. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I think it's shooting for low hanging fruit again, like they always
Hmm.
do, which is why I could see it happening. I think it's literally like getting another Keegan.
Yeah.
You already have Keegan. You don't
What do
need
we need?
another. You don't need another slow-footed 3/4. Like y'all need a real wing that's gonna be lock up and dunk. Like,
Yeah, we need that, and we need a backup center.
oh yeah. I mean, shit. Y'all need that like last three
Some
years
sort of paint. Yeah, some sort of paint presence. So
since JaVale McGee left. When did he play
yeah,
for us?
shit.
Was that 2 years
20
ago?
like COVID years, but
Yeah. Y'all y'all need that. Dwight
I
Howard
don't
come out of
think,
retirement.
dude. That's what we. That's probably our best chance. Like I don't know what pick we're gonna end up with. Probably like I think we're gonna.
Do you think they make playoffs?
I think so. I don't know
Me
if
too.
that's just me being delusional, but I think so,
Nah,
bro.
I
Do
think
you
so
want to get
too.
into it,
Let's go for it.
bro? I have notes. We had started taking notes literally the day Mike Brown got fired. Like this is
Bro, I said
when our
Mike Brown
notes
was gonna
started.
get fired on the last pod, bro. I literally said
Yeah,
that on the last pod. Writing was on
and
the
then
wall.
it happened. We've done that a few times on this.
I
Not
know,
gonna lie.
I know, I know.
I also want to say I pointed out that Rex Ryan might be the solution for the Jets, and he did
That
interview today.
would be stupid.
They said that's like going back to a toxic ex. But
Dang.
so they fired Mike Brown, right? And they do it very unprofessionally. Nobody really knows what's going on, but I've been tuned in to Kings media lately, and we're speculating based off of these post game interviews and shit on what the difference is between Mike Brown being head coach and Doug Christie being head coach. And like I have in my notes right here, this was during I said we have 3 wins versus shorthanded teams, and is Doug really the answer? But we still got wins against shorthanded teams. I think Warriors were healthy, but like this Heat team, like Jimmy was suspended,
Yeah.
so but we're on a 5 game win streak, guys. We did not see this. We have dug out of that hole. Doug has dug us out the hole.
uh,
And I've been listening to a lot of the post game interviews and like how Doug is talking and what the players are saying. Like since he's a former player, they say themselves he knows how to talk to them. Like
hmm
he just knows how to like flip that switch for them.
He's a
Like
motivator. Yeah,
turn it
he's a
on.
player's
Like
coach. He's a player's
that's what
coach.
we've always needed deep down. Like we got the guys, but like we it feels like we've always been hindered by like the program. Like we got talent, but it just feels like restricted too much. Like I think that's what Mike Brown was doing. Like he
Uh-huh.
was
You
too
think he was
detail
holding y'all back?
oriented. I think so, and I don't think that was his intention. But I
Uh-huh.
think just the way that it was, like a hard ass coach gets old at some point, and like it fucking shows. Like you gotta have love for the game to perform, and like they're the first thing that really popped off for me, like that I noticed and that they mentioned was the fact that all of our shots were like off assists. Like we were getting 30
Mm-hmm.
plus assists each game. Like
Uh-huh.
that's how you play a ball. And
Yeah.
for that to be the case after such a quick turnaround, like they really fighting for Doug. And
Mm-hmm.
like Doug got the voice of the city, and I think it's a great recipe, and I think they're gonna ride this shit, and we're gonna see where it takes us, and I think it takes us at least past the playing game, uh, in the standings. Let's hopefully
Yeah.
get out of that playing game, but
I think y'all are gonna make play in. That's where I think y'all end up.
yeah,
Maybe
and
like sixth
hopefully,
seed.
yeah, hopefully the
Is it
seating is favorable,
is it sixth
but
seed that makes play in, or is it seven? It starts at seven. I think
I
it's
think
six, right?
I want to say seventh though,
I'm pretty sure it's six.
seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth,
Seventh, eighth, ninth,
right?
tenth. Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah, seven through 10.
so yeah, I could definitely
Okay.
see us
Yeah.
ended up settling.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have some iconic games like how this Miami one played out. I think we got a few more of those games left. Like it's what less than 50 games or around 50 games left.
Yeah, I would say about there because I think y'all played like 35 games so far.
Yeah. So honestly, like us getting it together right now, thank goodness, because we were on such a slide, and it's I don't know, like part of me wants to be like it's too good to be true. Like this is such a Cinderella ass story, but
Uh-huh.
like we got to see how this really plays out. Like Doug is not playing around. Like this dude is doing his due diligence with the team. Like
Yeah.
he's been itching for this moment. Like he's been part of this organization for a minute in media and eventually coaching, and like
Mm-hmm.
this is everything he probably dreamed of. So he's maximizing his opportunity, and I appreciate him for that. Sacramento appreciation for that, and like I believe our players do too. Like he's letting Keon
It,
play more. He's more in the rotation. I think that's making a difference. Uh, and dude, I don't know if you've caught Devin Carter minutes, but this fool was flying everywhere for rebounds. Like
mhm.
he just he's a little like raw still, but you can see he's always trying to make the
He
right
got
play.
that motor. He does got that motor.
Yes. So
Um,
I'm really optimistic compared to like 2 weeks ago.
but
Man,
yeah, no, as far as Kings, I've been watching a little bit of Kings. Um, they're picking up the pace, man. They're just straight up playing, getting back to the ball that
straight
like
energy,
they
dude.
were, yeah, that they were playing before. I don't know exactly what it was with Mike Brown, why it got stale so quickly. It's honestly though, if you look at his resume, bro, everywhere he's been that happens. Cleveland it happened, LA it happened. Um, so I mean, he's a one and
Man,
done coach for some reason. He gets them. hot one year and the next. I don't know what it is about his coaching. Um,
Yeah,
Maybe he is a hard
he's
ass. It sounds like everybody says they don't have to think so much about the game anymore. So I mean, maybe you're right. The details was just too much, and you got all these
yeah,
guys who are
it's
just
a
trying to,
hindrance. Like if you're really thinking, like you're
yeah,
out of your body, like you got to react. And I think Doug
yeah,
really got them reacting, even if it's not perfect. Like it's scrappy, but we're winning. Fuck.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I think y'all will make the play in or real close, like maybe 6 seed, 6 to
Mm-hmm.
8 is where I project y'all. Um, I don't know
Yeah.
what that means for the future for you guys. I don't know if you guys are happy. It seems like you guys are happy with that. Um,
Well, I think we
Playoff
got.
outlook, I don't know.
I think this team has a stretch of at least 3 to 4 years of like real solid play.
Hmm.
Uh, just looking at like our star players in their age range,
Yeah,
and I think like that might be like perfect timing. Like, dude, if they really buy into Doug, like this might be what we've been wanting. And like as a Kings fan, I don't expect a championship, but like
so
I want
you
to be
do think
contending
Doug
in
is the
playoffs.
you think Doug is the guy from here on out?
If it's not Doug, bro, who is it? Like, and Doug is such a unique situation. This could only work in Sacramento. Like,
Man,
Doug does
'cause he
not get a head coaching position in anywhere else in the NBA, bro. But
that's
for sure,
facts.
like,
This is
but
like a
with the
college
history he
move.
had,
Like this is
that's
what
what
a
I'm
college
saying.
team would do. Is like hire like the star play like one of the star players. Like this feels like Kentucky when they hired Mark Pope. Like the Kings just got they didn't even get, like Mike Bibby. They didn't even get like Vladdy. Like, well, I don't think we would even want Vladdy, but they like
Yeah,
they got
we
Vladdy. I
have
mean, they
that.
got Doug Christie. But
Yeah,
I love Doug Christie. We everybody loves Doug Christie. That's
bro.
all, bro. People want his jersey. People come to my store and ask if we have his jersey. People love Doug.
Dude,
Um,
and I think
and
that's what. Cause think about it, bro. Like, even when we're at work, like we don't want to work for somebody who's a hard ass, like really on you. But like Doug shows so much love, and I think that's what makes a difference. Like he
yeah,
gets it. Like I don't know if you
he,
like listen to him on broadcasts like through the years or like even in interviews, but bro, that's a genuine ass dude. Like,
yeah.
and I think that matters. Not to say that Mike Brown wasn't, but
Hmm.
Doug just goes deep. Like there's more depth there.
Yeah, Mike Brown is more like the corporate guy, and then Doug Christie is more like your friend that got promoted, and you like, yes,
Yeah,
Doug.
yeah,
I'm
for
happy to
sure.
work for that guy. Did you see that video of
Uh,
him taking the Kings up to the beam and being like, "Hey,
yeah,
y'all are the light of this city." I love that. That was great.
dude, exactly. And they're playing like it too. Like that's what they needed. Like we have an identity now. I think. Right, we're at least
The thing
learning
is,
it.
y'all had an identity last year. Like
We
y'all have
did,
had an
but
identity for the last couple years, but
our
this year,
identity
what?
was
Like,
Fox.
you think?
Our identity
Sabonis
has been Fox.
Sabonis had that double streak last season.
Yeah, no, but like Sabonis, I feel like doesn't get enough recognition, and he is
Yeah.
what's keeping us so competitive every
Uh-huh.
night. But like when you think fourth quarter, like that's what Fox was like clutch player of the year. I think that's what our identity was riding off of. Like it's really it starts and ends with him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I have Bulls retiring. Derrick Rose is number.
Okay, yeah.
I just wanted to touch on that, bro. Derrick Rose was my favorite player growing up. Like when I was really getting into basketball, like when I was watching the game that really got me glued, like it was Derrick Rose. And
Hmm.
like that guy just means so much to basketball. I think like everybody felt for him and his injuries. Like we know he would have been like Curry status, LeBron status. Like he would have been competing like that at the
Hmm.
highest level for like years. So I'm just really happy that they made this happen, and I like that the date was 1/4/25.
Yeah.
Like this one's for 25. Like that's fire.
No, those were his numbers that he wore over his career.
Yeah, I know. And then it's like,
Yeah,
this is crazy how that comes together. But
I know
I
it's
was just
clean.
real happy for him,
Yeah.
and we got to mention that. And
Yeah, nah, Derrick Rose was definitely one of a kind. I feel like at the time, though, I swear, I feel like I remember people saying, man, that boy only got so many jumps in those knees, though. Like,
yeah,
we knew, but Derrick Rose was on a completely another level. I mean, shoot, like he literally took over. He was doing like Dwayne Wade and Kobe stuff at that age, like his first, second
yeah,
year. Like I'm talking about like pulling up for game. Like he was not even a 3-point shooter and he's over here hitting game winning threes. Like, bro.
yeah,
Like he just was one of those players, he willed the ball in. Like
yeah.
not many
That's
players can
probably the
do that.
best way to describe it.
Not many players can do that. And shoot, I don't know what player can't even do that right now. Like straight up. Like you need the last
It'd be
bucket.
LeBron. It'd be Westbrook used to be like that. Uh, man,
KD maybe?
yeah. But like right now, I guess KD and LeBron can do it. They could turn it on, but like who's a youngin doing it? Anthony Edwards. I feel like he'd be running the ball in the hoop sometimes.
Yeah, I could see that. Um Yeah,
But
but I
other than
mean,
that,
shoot, bro. He was the youngest MVP. He put on for his city. I love his
so,
story. I know there's like some bad things that he may have or may not have done. Um, but you know, at the end of the day, in the story of basketball, he made a huge impact. He had the Bulls in some conversations they didn't belong in. Um, yeah,
heard,
we'll miss Derrick Rose. That career was definitely one to witness.
so
You got anything else for NBA?
um, all else I got was Cavs versus Thunder tonight, and it looks like Cavs won that. It was a 10-win streak versus 15-win streak.
Yeah,
10 wins is now 11 wins. So,
yeah.
but that literally just ended as we're recording. So,
Celtics. Obviously, I got to mention the Celtics.
yeah,
Uh, Celtics, bro. I mean, we're kind of we're playing good ball, but we're kind of middling. I'm not gonna lie. They look a little bit just, maybe they're tired. It's been a
mm,
long 2 years, man. Going deep into June every year, only having a few months of rest has got to be taxing on your body. But they definitely look like they just are a little, they went too long last season, obviously champions. But
for sure.
uh, yeah, they haven't really looked that great this year, bro. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm with everybody about the 53s a game, bro. Shooting 53s a game is crazy. We got role players coming off the bench shooting like 4 threes a game, 5 threes a game.
Yeah,
Like Sam Hauser, I'm talking role players, not like even. I mean, Payton Pritchard, dude, he's shooting probably six. I don't know. It's just I don't really.
you guys
I
seem to
mean,
be the only like all across the roster. Like everybody got the green light.
yeah,
I don't know who
yeah.
else really got it like that. Maybe the
It really
Thunder.
it does remind me of the Spurs, like back in the day, the 2010 Spurs, like 2014, the mid 2010
Mm-hmm.
Spurs. Like it does remind me of that. Um,
Stephen Bonner and shit.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we're still gonna go back to the chip this year. I don't know if we're gonna win it. If we play the Thunder, I think we got them though. That's what I will
Yeah,
say.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Who's really in
Um,
y'all's way?
in our way,
Yeah.
Cavs are looking like the truth this year, and then we're always worried about the Magic. For some reason, they love to play us.
Yeah.
And that's, bro, we're not even talking about the Bucs or the Sixers. Like, I mean,
Sixers are
Sixers
not.
Sixers been picking it up though. They've been crawling back up in the standings.
Yeah. I feel like they've done that a few times. They start
Their
slow and climb back in the East.
their last
Like,
10, they're 6-4, and they're in the 11th seed, 15-20 right now, and they are 3 games back of the 7th seed.
hmm. uh,
So
I
I
don't know.
mean,
You
there's a
guys
lot of
just
ball.
always feel like big brother to those
Yeah,
teams.
yeah. I'm not too worried about there. One thing now, I mean, we're gonna kind of start to get into our message a little bit. So, I don't know if you caught this. I forgot to send it to you. There's a girl that plays for Rutgers named Kyomi McMiller. I don't know if you heard about
Hmm.
this story. She
No.
was the first high school player to get NIL from Jordan. This year, she has 8 20-plus point games, second only to Juju Watkins.
Hmm.
The other day, Rutgers played USC, and her coach like benched her. Was like, "You're not playing today," and she came out on
She got
Instagram.
DMP.
She got DMP, and she came out on Instagram and was like, put out a statement saying like, "I'm not gonna be playing today. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize to all my fans." She said this, quote unquote, "This decision was made by my head coach, Coquise Washington. Thank you for your continued support." So kind of put her
Hmm.
coach on blast a little bit. And
Yeah.
then after that, someone posted like a clip of her that she got benched and was like, she needs to transfer immediately. And she reposted it on her story. And so now her coach came out, her coach, Coquise Washington, Rutgers again. She said, coaching, this is her quote, "Coaching is not just about what happens on the court on game day. It's about how we impact these young women who are in our program in all aspects of character, to their growth and to womanhood and to their decision making." So, I mean, uh, she kind of already came out and said, "We're going to handle it internally. She's not going to put her player on blast as
Hmm.
a professional does." And unlike, unfortunately, Kyomi McMillan couldn't do. Um, and then one other thing to mention is that Kyomi McMiller, she's actually, sorry, yeah, Kyomi McMiller, she's advised by someone named Leonard Ellerby, who was the CEO of Mayweather's promo team.
Huh. I
So,
was like, that name sounds familiar.
and he put out a statement for her, representing her, saying, "In my opinion, this should have been handled in an entirely different matter, and I think this is embarrassing to the entire program."
Do you think that this is like a similar situation to what we talked about? I think it was last pod or the pod before it, that one
Doug
coach.
Gottlieb.
Is this not the same? She's benched for other reasons, not on the court though. Like
Yeah, well, we don't even know
she's
why.
saying that's a like character thing or something. She's trying to
Uh-huh.
correct.
Yeah, that's what the coach
Dang.
made it sound like, at least. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, I think we're just starting to see. I mean, I guess it's always happened. You have players who get
It has
advised
always
by these
happened, but what's not
celebrity
happened
people.
is the social media and like people getting in their ear about it. Like
Yeah,
I
the
think back
fact
in the
that
day,
you
if
can
this
just,
happened, it's like you're gonna sit out a game. That's fine. Now it's like
yeah,
you need transfer.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, come on, like, I understand, but like, you should have never even posted that statement blasting your coach, saying you apologize. I know you're trying to say you apologize to the fans, and maybe you meant that kind-hearted, but why are you putting the coach on blast? Like, that's crazy. Like, that does not
Yeah.
happen in men's sports. I'll tell you that. Like, I'm not even trying to put the girls on blast, but like, that does not happen in men's sports. And like, that's something, a line you kind of don't cross is, putting the coach on blast.
Yeah, to media.
And, you know,
Because then that's
like I
what
said,
creates that reaction of like, oh, you gotta leave them.
exactly. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all I had about that. Do you have any other thoughts about it?
Um, I wouldn't be surprised if she actually transfers.
Me neither.
This day and
Yeah, me
age.
neither. Well,
Yeah.
actually, wait. I will say, last I heard today, her dad came out and said she's not transferring. So
Oh, okay.
the men have spoke, have spoken.
The man in the house, but like, girl, you're
uh,
not fucking this shit up. That's
and
funny.
then let's see. I got one more. So my last topic, the Joy Taylor scandal.
Yeah.
So I don't know if every one of y'all have heard, but Fox Sports getting sued by um someone else. I forgot who. Let's see, Fox Sports scandal. It was I forgot the lady's
The
name.
hairstylist.
Yeah, let me look up her name just to get it right. Nushin Faraji. She's getting sued, and there's a big deposition going out, and she's pretty much allegedly saying that Joy Taylor was sleeping her way to the top, and that
Mm,
she wasn't gonna do that, and she tried to, kind of point it out to Joy Taylor, like, I'm not trying to be like that. Joy Taylor kind of brushed her under the rug. They fell out, um,
mm,
and yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. Joy Taylor has since been on her show like every day since that, and nothing has really been said. There's been no statement out. Like, we're just kind of
yeah.
going on as if nothing happened. Um, so I guess for me, what I got to say is I think personally this is kind of what you get when you're putting, like, Instagram baddies. We're putting them in, sports shows. Like, I know, we want someone to look at, I guess, that's kind of what men choose, but you know, like back in the day we used to have actual women anchors, like um damn, Hannah Storm. That was the one I'm thinking of. Hannah
Mm.
Storm, um Sage Steele. I know a lot of people don't like hers, but yeah, we used to have like real women anchors that, kind of actually worked their way up. They didn't start out with a following on social media and then they went into their job. Like
Right.
Linda Cohn, another one. Like there's so many. What's the NFL lady? Michelle Tafoya. That's another one.
And there's some like even in UFC, there's a few women in media like Megan O'Leary worked her way up, and
Uh-huh.
blanking. What I wanted to get across is, and you hadn't mentioned the Skip Bayless part of it, where he allegedly offered her 1.5 million just to sleep with her, and I think that's like egregious behavior. Even in the like, we understand like you made the point that men want to look at something, but like even in a professional setting, that like
Mm,
people that we see on TV or behind the scenes like can't control themselves, and
yeah.
like this is who we're listening to. But like I just think it's a matter of like problem with men too. Like we're or at least in that situation, he's trying to like take advantage of like
Uh-huh.
hierarchy and all that, and like having finances and like giving this woman the opportunity, but like she has
Yeah.
morals, and so should he in the first place. And like that's kind of the point that we want to get to is like don't shit where you eat. Like
Literally.
um, this is like don't like lawsuits get formed like what we're seeing right
Yeah.
now, and like you got to think too like these women are family members to people, and like they've got male people in their family. Like I don't know, Joy Taylor's brother is not involved in her life enough to like say
Let her
something,
know.
but yeah, I just think like there could be better men out there, like in those positions of power, and
Yeah,
we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Like, yes, it's
that's
tempting,
facts.
but
I
you
mean,
know, shit where you,
yeah, nah, that's true. We got to be better as men. Like, why do when we get that much power, why do we feel the need to abuse it? Um, I mean, I guess that's something that goes all the way, shit, back to the Bible. They
yeah,
talk about, when you get power, a man of power, like, is a danger, it's almost a dangerous thing because, it starts to warp your mind. You start to, you get access to a lot of things that might put you in harm's way. And,
hmm,
it's not saying that to have power is a bad thing. It's just when you see all the doors that open that you weren't used to seeing before, you get curious. You're like, damn, that looked nice right there. I
yeah,
didn't get to able to go through those doors before. So, you know, I mean that's something that we gotta kind of teach the kids. You gotta have those strong morals. You gotta stand on
because
what
the
you truly
stakes are
believe in.
high.
Because every choice that you make, every decision that you make, that's a reflection of your character to others. Even if it's a
Right.
mistake, that's what you just did to somebody else, that's what they're gonna view you as. Um, you know, we all mess up, and you don't want to make that bad of a mess up that you can't really go back and clean up. All we can
Yeah,
do is move forward, and if you leave a legacy behind that's so tarnished that people speak bad about you, then it's like that's what you left behind. No matter how many good
right.
things you did, it's always going to be the worst stuff that's highlighted. So just don't forget that, and try to keep those decisions in check, try to keep your choices correct, and just yeah, keep on pushing.
Exactly. And
um
it's hard. Like nowadays, there's so much. Like we see it all over our phones. Like it's a constant exposure to what could be. Like how you say, you don't even have to have power to get curious. And like
uh-huh.
it's the same. Like there's a responsibility behind it. Like I think a lot of people just aren't working for like a greater good, and I think that's where the problem stems from because we're so selfish and like
Yeah.
uh, that's not like helpful for anybody, and it's gonna take a situation like this to maybe make a change, maybe not,
Yeah,
but
I doubt it.
like yeah,
'Cause we're starting to move into more of a transactional space where it's like everything is like, it's either gonna give me a plus one or it's not. And if it's not, then what is it serving me for? Like you said, we're kind
mm,
of selfish, and we're all doing like everything we can in the name of efficiency. We're all trying to get ahead, and if you think about it, that's what America was built on. So, I mean, you want to call those people bad people? Well, I mean, they were just people who took advantage of things that other people didn't know. They took
mm-hmm,
advantage of people for not knowing stuff. So, I
right,
mean, everybody's just trying to take advantage. And I mean, like I said, if you have those strong morals and you stand on what you truly believe in, you're not gonna get blindsided or, get caught off guard by, these new doors that open to you or all the access that you have. You just
yeah.
kind of have to remember that. It's hard to not forget it. I mean, it's hard to remember it sometimes, but you just got to keep working on it every day.
And by standing on your morals too, you expose those that aren't, and that's like this situation right here. Um, her sending out a lawsuit, like actually speaking up, like it takes a lot, especially she's in media. Like I'm sure she's getting like blackmail, blackball, whatever. Like it's a hard thing to do, but it's the truth, and like it needs to be said. So we shall see how that plays out
Yeah,
if it can even be
right.
proved. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, we can all just look at it and take a lesson from it. Like that ain't gonna be me.
Got any
But
other topics that you wanted to hit?
yeah, right here I got create your structure, your culture for yourself and your family. Take charge of your life for real. Uh,
Yeah.
that's just something I've been telling myself lately going into 2025. Like,
That's what
guys,
we're
we're
talking
trying to
about right
build
now.
something. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like, you need to create these morals for yourself. And for me personally, and I know my co host is kind of similar in the way we grow up, but like, it started with God and having that moral compass come from Him. And like we didn't really know too much at the time, but we always knew right from wrong because we felt that presence. And I think
Yeah.
like we need to carry that day to day. Like me personally in my life, like I'm starting to try to make time to talk to God more. Um,
Mm.
as just a baby step on my journey. Like it needs to be a walk where y'all are like walking together. Like I just feel like if you really want to be a man in this world, it takes a lot more than just the basics. Like you really gotta
Oh
like
yeah.
hunker down and like it takes a lot of work. Like
Oh yeah.
structure, we're talking
Bro.
creating schedules and sticking to it and routines and like consistency, and that's what we're striving for. And as
Yeah.
men, we're those pillars. Like if nobody else is gonna do it, we're still doing it because
Yeah.
that's just how life is. So
Yeah. No, I tell my girl that all the time. I'm like, if I didn't have faith and I had nothing, I was just relying on myself. Like I would not be able to make it. And like understand why some of these kids like they feel so depressed and alone and like suicidal because like they don't really have that thing to fall back on, like that faith to fall back on, that like that belief in something higher than you. It's like so it's just so strong. Like it it will help you in areas that you don't even like see, because if you
yeah.
think you're just in the world alone and like everything you do is for yourself, everything you got was because of you, like that's just such a one dimensional way to look at it. And
hmm
like, you know, w- being a good person, like whether it pays off in the end or not, just living with that good consciousness, clean heart, it's gonna give you some more years on your life. Like living with a dirty brain and a broken heart and, just a out to get everything for yourself type of soul, like that's gonna cut back on your life a little bit. Like whether
hmm
you live less years or more years, like it's gonna weigh on your heart. It's gonna weigh on your brain. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I agree with you 100%.
For sure. So I mean, things that we can do at home. I think really, and I have yet to do this myself. I kind of just try to keep it in my head, but everybody works. Of course, we got time allotted to work, but we should also create a structure, whether it's like a morning routine or a night routine. I think that's a baby step that we can all focus on right now. And I think if we can stick to something, maybe it's not truly like 365 days a year, but somewhat consistent throughout your week, I think it's going to pay dividends. Like, we're all still young, we can create great habits. Like, and I think prep is real important. Like, whether it's prepping your meals for the next day, like getting your fucking clothes ready. Bro, life is so repetitive and it's the little shit that matters. Like, are you drinking water? Are you eating every day? Like,
Yeah.
did you make sure, like, we gotta do the shit. Like we can't succumb to depression and these lower
Yeah.
feelings. I
Hmm.
think the lowest thing that we can allow ourselves to get to is acceptance. Uh, Things are gonna be shitty. Like that's life. But if you can accept and then move on from there positively,
Yeah.
like you said, I think that's gonna increase your lifespan. If you react to the world with love, love's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's something we can all walk away with.
Yeah. I agree with that. You got anything else?
It's gonna be music. So
Okay.
I got we gotta talk about Leangelo Ball.
Okay, that's exactly what I had too. That's exactly what I had too.
Bro, came out of nowhere with a banger. You fuck with it?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really mess with it.
You don't? How many
No,
times
I
you
don't
listen
really.
to it?
Bro, I just heard it in full for the first time today, but I have heard the snippets like every day since it came out.
Okay,
I've heard the main whoa, whoa. I hear that shit like every time I'm on anything.
I mean, I've played it a few times and it's growing on me. It's definitely at first I was like, man, what? But it's growing on me. I fuck with it. And he dropped another song called Nine Ball. Uh,
And
like
how is it?
it's alright. It's more like straight rap, less of a radio hit.
Okay.
Um, but he low key
That
sounded like Chief Keef in the beginning, so I was kind of fucking with it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I had too, and yeah, I was saying, um, shoot, I think personally, it's just another ploy in the grand scheme of
Some
everything
gimmick, yeah,
that we talk about. I feel like everybody they just want to be a part of the current trend. Like trends come out, everybody just everyone wants to feel included, and everyone has fear of missing out nowadays, and
yeah,
everybody just is immediately gonna go flock to whatever that current trend is. And I feel like that's why it's so big right now. I feel like
yeah,
everybody, I don't know if people are laughing at it or with it. Like I truly don't know. I think, but I also think that that's just a testament to where we are in 2025 is that that line has been blurred so much that we be laughing at stuff and then with stuff too at the same time. Like nowadays, like we be laughing at stuff so much that we start to convince our brain that like we actually fuck with it. And then like
yeah.
stuff just blows up and then we're all like damn that was a number one hit and then they're like look at the numbers it was the best hit of all time it was higher than any Michael Jackson song and
Yeah,
then we're like we're just tainted by that idea now we're like oh well he's the best rapper ever in history
bro, because
but
there's so many layers to it. Because like it's low key a meme. Like,
I know I know but I mean it is catchy I agree it's catchy I mean but yeah, nah, I don't really like
yeah,
it. But I was saying how it is, like I was saying, it is a testament to social media. I was saying it's also, like a big buildup where we're all gonna be like looking for that next song or next album, and it's not gonna hit, and then people are gonna clown him, and it's just 'cause like
uh-huh.
literally his first song was a fucking, hit, and everybody's blasting it, and then we
Yeah.
just set him up
I
for
mean, I think
failure. We
that's why
never even
he tried to roll out this song like a few days after his other
immediately.
song. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we gotta
yeah.
capitalize.
But I
But
mean, good for him. I'm happy for him though.
yeah,
He
honestly,
finally
I am
made it.
rooted for him. That's kind of half of the reason why I fuck with it too. Is like those jellos,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so.
I think
Shout
honestly, I
out to
think a lot
him.
of people might have that same opinion as you. That's probably why it's so big. People is rooting for him.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, he's in my like songs. So, did you have
Anything
any more
else?
music?
Nah, that was all I had.
All right, I just recently, like the other day, I listened to this rapper, Joe Blow.
Uh-huh.
He dropped a tape, like an EP, like there's
Okay.
usually only one good song in these
Uh-huh.
like new EPs that they be dropping, but there's a song. It's like It's all right, but it's fucking hilarious. It's called Like Smokey, and
Like
it's
smoking?
a like Smokey from Friday.
Oh, okay, like smoky. Okay.
And the song is literally a snippet of that scene of Smokey taking a shit, and Ezel catches him. He's like, "I'm not a
Yeah.
very smart man, but from right here, it looks like you taking a shit."
Uh-huh.
And like that's part of the sample. the
I'm
bar,
weak.
the bar that they keep repeating is, "Oh, he was like, I had to take a shit on these dudes like Smokey on the side of the house." That's the bar.
What the?
Yeah.
That's hella funny. I
So
don't
if
know
you
if I'm
want
gonna
to
get
laugh,
to
go
that, but
check
I
that
will
out.
slap that song.
Yeah.
That's
It's called
hella
Like
funny.
Smokey.
Oh
Yeah, I
gosh.
just had to drop that. No other music, but have you been watching any shows?
Wait, one more thing about music actually, just because this just came to my attention today, I forgot. I don't know what made me even
Okay.
think of this, but at least once a year I gotta go back and slap all the Trapped in the Closet. So today was that day for some reason. And bro, hour and 30 minutes of Trapped in the Closet from 1 to 23. I watched all the Trapped in the Closets. That
Bro,
shit
that's what
is
you was doing
timeless,
with your day
bro.
off?
That's what I woke up and did, bro. 9 a.m. slapping R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet. Um,
Oh
it
my
it
god.
it's great, bro.
It's still a
Like if you
classic.
haven't seen that in a long time, yeah, there's a reason why it was a classic. And yeah, I was doing research on it. I was like reading, like I was like, bro, how did he even come up with this stuff? Like, because every twist and turn is like even more insane than the last.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
uh, apparently he came out, bro. So the first five songs was for an actual real album, and the first one was a
No
single,
way.
The first one was a lead single on the album. Uh, then like it ended up, making a life of its own. He dropped seven more, so that got him to 12.
Yeah.
And then like 2 years
Wow.
later, he did like the last he did another 10, bro, because like everybody was memeing that shit. Like it was on South Park, it was on SNL. Weird Al
Mhm.
Yankovic did a version. Like it was on everything. American Dad did a version. Like
Yeah.
it was on everything.
Crazy.
And yeah, he wrote the whole thing. I was like, bro, this could be a movie on Tubi. Like they should just put it on Tubi.
Dog,
Um,
actually.
1 through 13 is on Apple Music. Oh wait, you're on Spotify, so I don't know if it's on
That's
there. It
fine.
probably
I
is
feel like
though.
I only probably saw 1 through 13.
1 through
Maybe I
22
seen.
is on YouTube though. I'll send you the link when we get off if you want.
Maybe I tried to watch 1 through 22. I swear it started getting played out. Like,
Bro, it okay, I will say like the last like 20 minutes you're like, "Damn, this shit still ain't over."
yeah.
But like it's a banger though.
Oh my god. Dog, I gotta take a
Yeah.
day and check this shit out.
Yeah.
Shout out to R. Kelly.
Shows, shoot. I'm not Oh, actually, bro, I just started Boardwalk Empire. First two episodes was pretty good. It's kind of similar to Sopranos. It's about
Prohibition.
it's about prohibition and like pretty much how the guys wanted prohibition so that way they could make